Hello, my name is Father Theo Machinski, and I'm the pastor here of St. Michael the Archangel, Ukrainian Catholic Church in Nanaimo. And I'm here to talk a little bit about the internment of the Ukrainians during the First World War here in Nanaimo. It seemed to be a hidden area for the Ukrainian people, even in Canada, as to what went on. So it came as a bit of a surprise for me, even coming from a strong Ukrainian background. There was an internment site here, there was some plaques, so I had a bit of information about it, but not really a whole lot. It wasn't until the movement last year, the 100th anniversary, where there's a lot more information that came out about it and really opened my eyes up as well. I realized it was a bit of a sore spot in Canadian history of what had happened. People were ashamed, and they wanted to bury that as part of the history, which is why they don't want to talk about it. And maybe that's why they had hid it for so long. They didn't want that to affect us or for us to go through the same thing. We came here for a better life, and to have something like that happen, a greater awareness of who we are as Ukrainians, what our forefathers went through to have a life for us. Here in Canada, things are so good, almost too easy. We forget what it took to build those foundations. Recognizing what the parents, grandparents went through helps to drill that in a little deeper into us, not to take what we have here in Canada for granted.
My name is Paulette MacQuarrie. My great-uncle, Harry Demchuk, was an internee. In May of 1914, he arrived in Canada and enlisted in the Canadian military. He wanted to be a trumpeter. In September of 1914, he was discharged as an enemy alien. He may have ended up here. I first heard of the internment in about 1990, and I was in Vancouver attending a genealogy conference. We were trying to discover how our ancestors came to the country, and this was obviously the first time I'd heard anything about the internment. I understood that this is a really important story, so I delved into it and learned about it myself, wrote some university papers on it. I was having a conversation with my dad on the phone one day, and he just mentioned something about, that was when Uncle Harry went to the camps. And I said, what do you mean Uncle Harry went to the camps? And he says, oh yeah, he went, they took him to Brandon, and I guess he went to BC because he talked about how tall the trees are in BC. There isn't a whole lot of information, and there just are no records. And I think it's important to hear their side of it, because even the ones that weren't interned, the ones that were left behind, had to fend for themselves and probably didn't understand the language. They were out in the wilderness. They had no support system. The children were hungry. It would have been horrible. Imagine if somebody came to your home and took away your principal breadwinner or the whole family, threw them in a camp for no good reason. Hopefully we'll have learned from the past and make sure that it doesn't. This cairn is placed right near the marina. Hope that people walk by it and actually do read it and think about it a little bit.
By having a plaque downtown where the actual internment camp was, the realization for the people that this was actually there, and maybe a few more people will come forward.